The Honourable Ms. Zdravka Bušić, Member of the Croatian Parliament and Chairperson of the Parliamentary Committee on Croatians outside the Republic of Croatia. Now we've got this. His Excellency, Mr. Alan Bowman, Canadian Ambassador to Croatia. Mr. Andrea Biji, Chargé d'Affaires of the Australian Embassy. Mr. Alex Henniger, First Secretary of the American Embassy. The Honourable Davor Stier, former Foreign Minister, member of the Croatian Parliament, and from Argentina, from the diaspora. Graciana Orešković, Special Advisor for Croatian Diaspora Issues, Central State Office for Croatians Abroad. Members and friends of One Croatia, ladies and gentlemen. And actually, Davorko Budimir has just come in, President of Transparency International Croatia. My name is Don Markušić. I'm the President of the Association of Croatian American Professionals in Zagreb. On behalf of Dr. Steven Pavletic, President of the Association of Croatian Professionals, Boris Vilic, President of the ACAP Foundation, and Luka Jurčević, Chair of the Stepinac Award Committee of One Croatia, I would like to welcome you to the Stepinac Award ceremony at the ACAP and Jurčević Zdravlje premises on St. Mark's Square in the heart of Zagreb, the capital city of all Croatians around the world. I would also like to wish you a Sretno Stepinčevo. I would like to thank our sponsors, Jurčević Zdravlje, Peter Tier, General Manager of Clara Bakeries, the Croatian bakery with the longest tradition, Ivan Srpek from Bornstein Vinoteka for the wonderful Grgić wine. We named the Diaspora Croatian of the Year Award, the Stepinac Award, because of the values that he lived by, and which were the criteria that the One Croatia Award Committee used for choosing the winner. You know, in Croatia, when somebody succeeds or does something good, there's always a question, ko stoji iza njega? Who is behind them or him? Evo ko stoji iza nas. This is who is behind us. I would like to ask the president of Diaspora, who is a One Croatia member, Mike Mrgić, to say a few words about your participation, your organization.
Hello, everyone. My name is Michael Murgić from Mississauga, and I've been living in Croatia for the last 13 years. And myself and a group of friends from Canada and Australia, we started with an informal group of returnees, or not so much returnees, because most of us have been born in the diaspora. And so we've formed, going back about 7 years, a group which more or less a social group, which welcomes people from like ourselves who are born in the diaspora, and we have formed somewhat of a social group similar to what our parents had in the diaspora in Australia and Canada, going back to the 60s and 70s and 80s. And so we have informal events and a few formal events in the fall and the spring, where we become a little bit famous for our rakia, which we produce in November. And so generally, anyone who, it's not only a social group, also for people who arrive here who need help, whether be it administration or business advice. We have people in all different types of categories. And so anyone that comes or would like to come is welcome to reach out and contact us, and we can help in any way possible.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Thanks.
Michael. So Michael Šušak will now say a few words about the actual award statute.
Ja ću vas sve pozdraviti skupa sa starim hrvatskim pozdravom, Faljan Isuš Marija. Evo da vas predstavim, ja sam Marinko Šušak, dragovoljac Domovinskog rata, umirovljeni časnik Hrvatske vojske. Čast mi je da sam dio tima ovoga koji je, evo mene ta čast zapala da ja pronađem autora i da budem ta osoba koja će biti u kontaktu. Evo ja sam ovog trenutka došao iz Krašića, ovaj sveti kip je blagoslovljen u Krašiću gdje je naš Stepinac preminuo. Ja bih ovom prilikom htio nekoliko riječi reći, znači ovu svetu domovinu Hrvatsku, natopljenu krvi naših mučenika, branitelja, najzaslužniji su dragovoljci Domovinskog rata, branitelji, a da nije bilo dijaspore, naši dobri ljudi u iseljeništvu u Hrvatskoj, teško da bi mi mogli išta. Oni su nas hranili, oni su nas oblačili, oni su nas naoružavali. Skupa s njima smo mi izvojavali pobjedu, tešku pobjedu, krvavu pobjedu ove naše domovine. Hvala dragom Bogu, evo mi imamo našu Hrvatsku, tako sad ponovo moramo se s našim iseljeništvom, pogotovo mi branitelji, ponovo družiti i stvarati da bude naša domovina puno bolja. Ja bih ovom prilikom zahvalio dobrom čovjeku, akademskom kiparu Zoranu Juriću, koji je poklonio, znači napravio je model u glini, iz tog modela odljev je napravljen u ljevaonici Ujević. Ja mu ovom prilikom zahvalio autoru na ovome dijelu prekrasnom, jer je on to napravio pro bono i rekao da je on dio toga, da on pomaže, tako isto u ljevaonici Ujević. Evo, lijepo vas pozdravljam, Bog vas blagoslovi.
Dobar dan, želim svima. I would like to greet everyone in English as well and in Croatian. I mean, I don't know, should I speak in English or Croatian? It's the same thing to me. Okay, but because of our colleagues and friends razumijete, onda ću hrvatski, onda ću radije hrvatski govoriti, da, ja, jer više nas ima koji govorimo hrvatski. Doista mi je drago, evo, da vas mogu pozdraviti. Don, hvala lijepo da ste pozvali. Nisam znala, pa sam malo pročitala o čemu je riječ. Stvarno hvale vrijedan pothvat i inicijativa. A Don je vanjski član mog odbora u Saboru, tako jako dobro surađujemo. I Don, stvarno hvala vam lijepa i ja mislim da je ovo jako dobar primjer kako i na koji način Hrvati mogu stvarno doprinijeti političkom, gospodarskom, a pogotovo ovdje mladi ljudi koji također znam za njihove aktivnosti i organizaciju. I bila sam nekoliko puta kad sam bila državna tajnica, odnosno zamjenica ministra vanjskih poslova, i znam što radite i hvale vrijedan pothvat i doista mene jako raduje da surađujemo. Evo, tu je i Croatiana, naša iz Središnjeg državnog ureda, i mislim da je jako, jako bitno povezivati, pogotovo, a moj dragi prijatelj Davor Stier, evo, on je došao iz Argentine, on se rodio tamo, ali ja sam se isto, nisam se rodila vani, ali sam živjela jako, jako dugo, zapravo produktivniji, ja bih rekla, dio mog života, 23 godine živjela sam u Americi, pa sam se vratila 90. i mislim da Hrvati koji su došli s jednom iskrenom, domoljubnom nekako namjerom da se mogu ovdje ostvariti i da pomognu Hrvatskoj. Ne da mi se ne razilazimo, mi se moramo jednostavno naći negdje na tom putu dobra, ja bih rekla dobra. A moj dragi prijatelj Šuša, gdje je on pobjegao, sad je tu bio, koji je donio ovaj prekrasni kip, evo koliko mi surađujemo i s braniteljima i koliko, evo, on i ja smo zajedno putovali 6 dana do Blajburga, to isto moram napomenuti, koliko pozitivnih stvari naši branitelji rade, evo i u ovo mirno doba. Zato hvala gospodine Šušak da ste donijeli ovu statu i još blagoslovljenu, jer vi ste poznati po vašem domoljubnom, rodoljubnom i zapravo jednom kršćanskom pristupu svemu što činite, tako hvala vam. Evo, ja želim se zahvaliti još svima vama i stvarno rečeno mi je da samo mogu 3 minute, inače ja bih rado razgovarala. I Don, ako smijem reći, činite nešto kad prođe ova korona, da se više družimo, evo ovdje je prekrasno, da se družimo i možda da prenosimo tu ideju, tu dobru, ja bih rekla, dobru energiju, da naši vani, ne volim više govoriti naša dijaspora, nego naša braća koji žive izvan Hrvatske, da vide da ih mi osjećamo, jer nekako smo se previše udaljili. Čast pojedincima koji nose to na sebi i koji pozitivnu tu energiju i riječi šalju, kao što je naš dragi Don, ali moramo toga više, moramo malo više doprinijeti tom zajedništvu našem, jer trebamo, mi smo potrebni jedni drugih. Hvala lijepa.
Hvala lijepa, gospodin Bušić. His Excellency Alan Bowman, if you could say a few words, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me today. I am not a Canadian Croatian, and I'm the ambassador of all Canadians, but I have to say that Canadian Croatians have a special place in my heart and make a fantastic contribution to the bilateral relationship and make my work as an ambassador much richer, much easier, and are the essential to creating the people-to-people connections that make the relationship so fantastic. We were honored just a few days ago to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Canada's international recognition of Croatia. And ever since then, and much before then, because Canadian Croatians remind us that the relationship dates from much longer than that, we've built a fantastic bilateral relationship. I also strongly support the work of One Croatia, which brings various diaspora groups together. I think, Don, the last time we saw each other, one of the last times we saw each other was in Sisak, when when One Croatia donated an ambulance to a region that had just been severely affected by an earthquake. And I have to say that in Canada, the assistance that we provided further to the earthquake in Petrinia, Sisak, Glina, and that region was equaled by the generous contributions of Canadian Croatians. So the government and the Canadian Croatians worked very closely together to support Croatia at times of need. So, so very happy to be here to show a strong support for the work of the diaspora for One Croatia, and thank you again for inviting me to address your group today.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Bowman. I would like to now introduce Luke Jurcevic, the award committee, chair of the awards committee.
Dobar dan, good day everybody. Welcome to this second event that we have in celebration of the Cardinal Stepinac Award. When we talk about a vision, what is our vision with this award? Our vision is to identify a lifetime award to Diaspora Croatians making an outstanding contribution to Croatian communities. Our mission is to search and identify outstanding Croatians throughout the world who provide an outstanding contribution either through philanthropy, within their lifetime, or providing some significant contribution within their Croatian communities, or the advancement of Croatia and the unity of Croatians living in the homeland and abroad. What are our guiding values for this award? Starting off with respect for the community and for cultural expression, maintaining traditional connections to land and country, social, supporting charitable causes, having a positive cultural impact, implementing change, mentorship and support, supporting various Croatian talent and community resources, and above all, being an exemplary role model of great community character. So as a driver, we're trying to aspire to recognize by providing opportunities to recognize diaspora people within their communities and how they contribute, and to identify these individuals and to actually celebrate what they've actually achieved. Our objective is to provide annual awards. So every 12 months, we're going to go through a program of having a nomination program and an identification program, and we'll see how far this could actually extend across the globe. Last year, our inaugural winner was Marko Franovic from Sydney, an exemplary Hrvat in Sydney, an amazing philanthropist, publisher, manufacturer, and an amazing supporter of Croatia and providing so many resources to Croatia. This year, the results, the locations you could see all around the globe with the nominations. We had 5 out of the 7 continents participate. 27% of the nominees scored in the top 40%. And out of the top 5 nominees, they were across 4 continents. And we had 10 judges across many countries here to facilitate this award. So about Cardinal Stepinac, can I introduce you to Dr. Robin Harris as part of our first presentation about Cardinal Stepinac.
This award is named after Blessed Aloysius Stepinac. Stepinac is rightly revered, particularly by Croats, as a martyr of the Catholic Church, which he is, and a martyr of the Croatian nation, which he also is. But he is also a model of practical charity, Christian love. And this was demonstrated throughout his life. In 1931, Stepinac was appointed Master of Ceremonies to Archbishop Bauer of Zagreb. And one of his first actions, it was a time of deep economic crisis and enormous poverty. People had poured into Zagreb from the collapsing economy in the countryside. And Stepinac got the Archbishop to set up the Zagreb Caritas, which would be close to Stepinac's heart always. And he effectively ran it. And one of the first things that he did was to set up soup kitchens in Zagreb. He ensured that the students could be fed in the Jesuit hall. And one of the soup kitchens was indeed in the Archbishop's palace, which some snobs didn't like, but Stepinac had no time for snobs. In 1938, by which time he was, of course, in charge of affairs as Archbishop, he had to deal with the mass expulsion and flight of Jews and some non-Jews from Nazi-occupied, controlled Austria and Czechoslovakia. These people poured into Croatia, or into Yugoslavia as it was then, and Stepinac organized with the Jews of Zagreb, he organized a committee in order to house and help these people and help get them papers. And he went down to the station, Glavni Kolodvor, to meet these people off the train. Well, later on, as we know, he had to deal with the cruel persecution under the NDH of Jews and Serbs and many others. And during this period, he made various courageous public statements, but what was much more important was that he intervened personally at risk to himself for thousands and thousands of people, and he saved their lives. And I'll just give you one or two examples. He, in 1944, knowing that the SS were about to clear out the last remaining occupants of the German, of the Jewish old people's home, he got them out and he accommodated them for the rest of the war in the Archbishop's palace and in the countryside, his country palace. And similarly there could be found many, temporarily, of the many thousand Serb children that Stepinac and Caritas, with others, helped to save after the Battle of Kozaar. And he didn't stop being charitable. He didn't stop being kind when he was, first of all, imprisoned and then put under house arrest in his old parish of Croatian. In Croatian, the sisters who looked after him quickly learned that they couldn't allow new linen, clothes, whatever, let alone money, to be sent to Stepinac, because as soon as it arrived, the Archbishop gave it away. He stuffed any money he had into envelopes, which were then carried out by the nuns to people that he knew were in, had problems. And in the end, they had to put all of the new clothes that arrived for him in the priest's wardrobe so that Stepinac couldn't deal with it. And sometimes he had absolutely no money and he died completely in poverty, absolute poverty. That is charity. And that is the kind of charity, timeless charity in war and in peace, that we should always honor, as we are indeed honoring with this award.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to About One Croatia, introducing Mašinka Kartić to give a bit of an overview about One Croatia.
Dobar dan svima. Dear distinguished guests, dear friends, it is my honor to be a part of this wonderful event, and I'm going to tell you and show you what One Croatia did in the past year. So when the devastating earthquake struck Banovina region on December 29th, the very same evening, ACAP met online, and we decided to invite all Croatian associations globally. ACAP already had infrastructure for earthquake relief in place because we had experience from Zagreb earthquake in 2020. So already the very next day, on December 30th, the first global meeting foundation was laid for One Croatia initiative. Many associations started joining us starting from North America, South America, Europe, Australia, all the way to Japan. And this was really amazing. And we were thrilled with the response that we got from everyone around the world. And actually, this was the first time since the Homeland War that the Croatian diaspora came together. And we decided right away that it is important to start helping people in Banovina to save lives. So this is why we focused from the very beginning to the emergency institutions, and what was within our phase one was mainly medical emergency institutions. On January 1st, we already had the first meetings with medical doctors and representatives from Banovina region. After, as the year was going on, we held countless meetings to identify what the needs were, because our main goal was to help with concrete things and not just send money. We appreciated every dollar, every kuna that we received from the donors, and we wanted to make sure that everything is going toward the right things that are needed in the region. So during the year, we recognized that the phase two would be for considering equipment for Banovina firefighters. So that's actually how it all went. Donation recipients were General Hospital in Sisak, Department of Emergency Medicine of Sisak, Moslavina County, Croatian Center for Seismic Engineering, and firefighters of Petrinja, Glina, and Hrvatska Kostajnica. The things that we actually bought with the donations was top-of-the-line anesthesia machine for Dr. Ivo Pedišić Hospital in Sisak, and this anesthesia machine can also be used as a respirator, which was also useful during the COVID situation. We also provided protective jackets for static engineers. These structural engineers were on the field from the very first day, identifying buildings, structure, how the level of damage of the buildings, and actually people of Banovina depended on their evaluation from the very first day after the earthquake. Also, we were managed to provide this four-wheel emergency medicine vehicle. The four-wheel drive was also important for this region that has hills, and during the winter it is very important to get through to all the parts of the county. So at this moment, this is the best vehicle that they have. This vehicle is fully equipped, also has a transport respirator and defibrillator within, and it is actually a top of the line vehicle for the emergency medicine. Phase 2 considers of help to firefighters, and we were able to get emergency medical equipment for firefighters, and also equipment for firefighters' personal protection. And this phase is still going on. 1 year after the earthquake, One Croatia was recognized in Petrinja, and we were actually very happy to be there, and we received a plaque with saying thank you to One Croatia for big contribution that One Croatia did for Banovina region after the earthquake. So these are the activities that One Croatia had during this past year since the earthquake struck Banovina, and we are very happy and very grateful to all the donors from all over the world who had who gave us actually their donations to buy whatever it needs and what is the best that we can get for value for money for the things that are needed in Banovina, as I said, to save lives primarily at this stage. We are going on also with the third phase after this second one, and our goal is to help children in children's home, Verbina in Sisak. And I hope that you will all join us in this event. And thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Marsha. Okay. Next item, and the winner is, over to you, Don.
Well, okay, Ms. Bush, would you like to announce the winner, please?
Yes, thank you very much. I really have the honor to announce the winner, and this is really incredible. I did not know that I will have the honor of presenting it, but I know the gentleman so well, and I remember him so fondly when he visited President Tudjman's office way back in the 90s. And the winner is Miljenko Mike Grgic.
Hey! Congratulations. All right. A bit about Mike Grgic. Miljenko Mike Grgic, as the only Croatian that is included in the Smithsonian Institution's National Museum of American History. Mike has left an indelible mark on the history of the United States, Croatia, and the world. With the 1976 Judgment of Paris, Mike has brought world acclaim to Croatian winemaking, with a Croatian-made Chardonnay beating French Chardonnays on their home turf. He took Croatian wine to the world. Despite achieving the American dream, Mike has never forgotten his roots, and he has worked tirelessly for the benefit of young people in Croatia. As frequent contributor to the Croatian Scholarship Fund supporting students of modest means in Croatia and Bosnia and Herzegovina, Mike also established $1 million endowment for the education of vinicultural studies to help the Croatian industry recover the devastating effects of communism and thrive for years to come. Also through the Family Foundation, provided for US-based scholarships for many Croatian students. Devoutly Catholic, Mike, who is 98 years old, has exemplified the best of us. What I'd like to do now is actually play a recent recording of Mike winning the award and just being announced. So put this on.
Yes, go ahead.
So on behalf of the Croatian people from around the world, I represent an initiative called One Croatia, which gathers associations from countries as far as Australia, New Zealand, Japan, South America, Canada, the United States, and Europe, Our Croatian associations have elected you for this year's Croatian of the Year award, Cardinal Stepinac. In presenting you this award, our hope is that your life story inspires other Croatians, whether in Croatia or abroad, in making their own successes. We believe that your journey represents the best of us. So that is why all of our associations selected you as this year's winner of the Croatian of the Year award.
Thank you very much. I'm very proud for the honor, and I hope that this will inspire many other Croatians that will do everything that can do to create image of the good Croatia on all the world. Lijepa naša domovino, junačka zemljo mila, stare slave djedovino, za sretna bila. Bila sretna bila.
Wow. Čestitam vam, congratulations once again. This award comes from the Croatian people. It's not from the government or an institution, because you made us all proud. And thank you again for all of that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your award, and I will keep it all my life as the recognition for something well done.
Yes, thank you again.
Yeah. Thank you again.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Enjoy day. God bless Croatia.
And Bog čuva Hrvatsku. Yes, God bless Croatia. Thank you very much.
Hvala, thank you. Lijepa naša domovina.
Ja, da vam stvarno govorim lijepa naša domovina, to je stvarno ljubav.
Slava domovina. Da bi vas da sretna.
Sretna bila. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you. Okay.
Bravo. Okay, puno hvala svakome. Congratulations to Miljenko Mike Grgić. Htio bih zahvaliti svakoga koji je došao danas. Thank you to all our visitors and all our guests. A special thank you to Don Markusic for an outstanding effort in helping coordinate this, and also to Ante Mihaljevic. Again, everybody, thank you so much. Enjoy the celebrations there in Markov Trg, and may you have a special day in honor of Cardinal Stepinac, and also in honoring Miljenko Mike Grgić. Puno hvala, Bogi Hrvati.